All right, let's talk about a huge shift that's happening in destination marketing. Seriously, it's all about changing our perspective, moving away from constantly looking in the rearview mirror, at the past, and instead focusing on the massive windshield right in front of us, looking at what's coming.
So let me just ask you this right off the bat. Are you leading your destination by looking backward? It's a pretty tough question, right? But let's really unpack what that means, and more importantly, how we can start looking forward instead. Okay, so first up, let's talk about the traditional way of doing things, what we're calling the rearview mirror problem. And you know what I'm talking about. This is pretty much the default setting for so many of us in destination marketing, just the way it's always been done.
So what's at the heart of this rearview mirror thinking? Well, it all comes down to historical data. And what is that really? It's just a record of what's already happened. It's the results that are already in the books, plain and simple.
And I bet this list looks super familiar to you. We're talking about all the usual suspects, right? Last month's hotel occupancy rates, official arrival numbers, revenue reports from the last quarter, last year's total visitor count, you know the drill. These are the classic metrics we all use to report on how we did.
But here's the catch, and it's the big one. While these numbers are, absolutely essential for reporting back to stakeholders, they all have one thing in common. They are completely reactive. You're always analyzing what was, not what's happening now or what's about to happen.
Okay, so if that's the rearview mirror, let's slam on the brakes on that way of thinking. It's time to shift our gaze forward, right? Let's talk about the GPS view, the forward-looking signals that can actually guide us where we want to go.
Now, the key to this whole new approach is something called digital footprints. And these aren't old, dusty records. Nope. These are real-time data signals that potential travelers are leaving all over the internet. And here's the important part. They reveal what the market intends to do right now.
So what does that actually mean? It means we're looking at live, active data. I mean, think about it. What are people Googling for this very second? What destinations are they dreaming about on social media? And even better, what flights and hotels are they actively searching for and comparing? That's the gold.
And this right here is the crucial difference. This kind of data shows you who's planning to travel to your destination before they even click that book button. You're literally moving from just counting people after they've already gone home to understanding their intentions while they're still dreaming and planning. That is a total game changer.
So, as you can probably guess, this leads to a massive power shift in how you build your strategy. We're talking about the huge difference between just reacting to stuff and actually predicting what's coming next.
This comparison really just lays it all out, doesn't it? The reactive approach on the left, that's basically a business autopsy. You're sitting there wondering, why was occupancy so low last month? But the predictive model on the right, that's all about seizing an opportunity. It's about seeing a sudden search spike from a new market today and immediately, like right now, pivoting your sales strategy to capture that new demand.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds amazing, but maybe a little complex? Well, the good news is making this turn is absolutely doable. Let's break down the first steps you can take to make this a reality.
So here's a super simple 3-step framework to get you started. First, you've got to identify your primary data sources. Where all these signals actually coming from. Second, you need to figure out how to access them and turn all that raw data into intelligence you can actually use. And finally, you take that amazing insight and build a proactive strategy, one that's based on what your future customers are telling you they want right now, not on what past visitors did last year.
So we'll leave you with this final thought. Isn't it time to stop just reporting on the past? It's time to start listening to the present so you can actively shape your own future. I mean, the data is already out there, just waiting. So the only real question left is, what future is your data telling you?